Good day and thanks for tuning in. You're watching Your TV Halton, which is truly local television. My name is Mike, and I'm here with Councillor Ron Norris from Halton Hills, and you're watching the award-winning Local Matters. We're going to give ourselves another award. What kind of award could we give ourselves? And we have a president down the States who likes to give himself awards, so we're going to give ourselves awards. There's no documentaries coming up, but that's fine. Maybe get a documentary of one of our wives. We'll put it out there. Maybe Amazon will pay for that.
That might work.
That might work.
But we do need to get some funding.
We do need funding because that's important.
Well, because really what I'm kind of looking at, Mike, is if we can get a little bit more into the promotional budget here, because you know what, we've got a pretty good following right now.
We do.
Some people that are out there anxiously awaiting the weekly episode of Local Matters, and we want to have some swag that really kind of reflects how much we've grown, with this market. And these aren't bad. I do like them. Thank you very much to the folks that have supported us with this. But now we need to move on to big and better.
Yes,
and
we've got a great hat here.
Wow.
You can go to our Facebook page and request if you. No, please don't request this. But we've got some, Local Matters merchandise that we can give out to people, and we do have some connections in our community where we can get these things done. But they have increased our budget from zero by 100% to zero. So
the math is good.
So marker and a Post-it note, and we're there.
It looks good. It looks good on you.
I think I look dashing.
Yeah, I think I'll have some more coffee.
You can have some coffee. I'll put that in there. So don't forget your Local Matters merchandise. Spring is coming up, and as we look at the door, at the time of taping, we had another little bitty of snow, and again, the constant plea to everybody is to just take their time. And when you have snow like this, it's been rather crazy. I think Milton was 49 centimeters of snow in that last little blast, and Halton Hills, I believe, was a little bit higher, because you're up north.
Not as much as Toronto.
No, Toronto and Pearson Airport really got hammered. But again, shout outs to our the works crew that worked tirelessly over those nights to get the roads as clear as they can. The snow really hasn't started melting yet, so as you're going around corners, watch for the height of the snow drifts, because sometimes it's hard to see the cars coming out there. And please, no more U-turns, especially when it's snowing. That's just my little rant from today, because I almost ran into a few people. Oh, this is where I need to go. But thankfully there. But snow's here. It's part of Canada, and with this snow now means, because at the time of taping, it's the kickoff to the 2026 Olympics.
The 2026 Olympics, and and actually, as we're taping, yes, today is the opening ceremonies. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years since we've had the Winter Olympics, and Mike, I'm looking forward to it. My wife and I are a bit of Olympic junkies, and we'll enjoy watching it. Sometimes we spend too much time on the snowboarding and not as much time on the ice hockey. But you know what, I'm a little picky. So
got ice hockey. That's obviously one of my favorites, and the curling, the mixed doubles curling. Again, if you get a chance to check it out, Gallant and his wife. For Team Canada have just been, they're 3-1 as of today. And just fantastic. And it's just a huge, interesting dynamic, because you're used to seeing the skip, you get your two sweepers, and you have the person but Gallant was taking it and rushing up to the thing and rushing up to the stone and brushing away. That's athleticism, getting up there, especially with the speed that he was throwing it. So put on your red and white. I should have put on red and white today. But we will, at our next tapings, have some Team Canada support our country, and look forward to these athletes who have spent almost literally their lives preparing for their Olympic journey.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine, throwing the rock, getting up and sweeping. I'd be exhausted after the first end. We'd be looking at that the end, the break at the end of the fifth end. I'd be looking at that after every end. So I'd be the one at the other end just calling and telling the person what they're doing wrong.
Just point, scream, and hurry hard.
That's right.
And again, I don't know if it's going to be coming up there, but the coverage on Your TV for a lot of curling that's happened over the last couple of months has been simply outstanding. So the cameramen, our producer extraordinaire, and the producers and everybody involved in that, great job, fantastic job. Tune into Your TV. There's so much great programming on our channel. It's not even funny. So check weather, because we're Canadian, so we've checked that off, and we've checked off the Olympics. And again, according to the taping, the Super Bowl's this weekend. So you won't see this until it's over. So who do you think is going to win, the Patriots or the Seahawks?
Well, neither one of my teams are in.
Feel my pain. They're playing the Super Bowl in my 49ers stadium. So
yeah. And yeah, it's
one of us is going to look really good, so you'll pick one, I'll pick the other.
I'm going to say, because I'm a Bills fan, I don't want New England. So let's go with Seattle.
Okay. Troy from Troy's Diner will be very happy because he's Milton's and probably Ontario's biggest Seattle Seahawks fan. So I'll go Patriots. Go Patriots. One of us is going to be really looking smart after that one. So
one of us.
Isn't it great? We have the power of the power of pre-taping. Yay!
And the winner gets a Local Matters mug. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So I wanted to bring up, and I know this is coming up in a little bit in May, but the Townsend Smith Foundation is holding their annual Hike for Hospice.
Yes.
They're looking for sponsors. So if you go to the Townsend Smith website and on their Facebook page, they have links to where if you want to sign up your team or if you want to be a sponsor. So if you're a small business here in North Halton, please reach out. Lots of sponsorships are available. It's a fantastic event. The Hike for Hospice annually brings in a lot of money to help support the construction of the new hospice center that's coming up. It's right on the border, I would say the border of Georgetown and Milton, just off of Trafalgar Road and Fifth Side Road. But great organization, great people. So if you get a chance, sign up a team, raise some funds. If you want to sponsor, I'm totally sure that they'll be able to take your money that way, so you could be a sponsor and take part in a great event.
Looking forward to it, and you're right. It's a great new initiative. There's a lot of people that've been getting on side with the new hospice going in Townsend Smith, and a couple of different events that have happened. As we're taping this, for example, it is Red Nose Day. I don't have it on because you're going to see this well after, but the money raised by Acton Optical for this one is all going to go to Townsend Smith. So. Hats off to those who have really been supporting a really good cause. Yeah,
and again, can't say enough thanks for Acton Optical for doing this, keeping the legacy alive year after year. Again, when we had the red nose on, and the clip that we're on that Ron put on his social media with our little bit at the beginning of the last episode, lots of laughter, and again, it's just like the red nose just brings out the happiness, brings out the smiles. And you're doing it for, like I said, a great organization, the Townsend Smith Foundation, and do what you can to help support us. So look on social media. If you're watching this, just go to Ron's page, go to our page, facebook.com, and say Local Matters with Mike and Ron, and you can get all of the information. I'm sure we're going to have a collection of pictures throughout the day. And thanks to everybody for participating. And again, thanks to Acton Optical for doing this year after year after year. All right, you wanted to talk about the Children's Business Fair in Georgetown that's coming up, and we wanted to do this leading into the break because we have the next, at our break, we're going to be talking a lot about the coldest night of the year. There's 4 different locations coming up. So before we hit coldest night of the year, or the coldest day of the year, as it's going to be later on today, the Children's Business Fair.
And thanks, Mike, and you're absolutely right. And it's interesting because it's going to be on the same day as the coldest night of the year, Saturday, February 28th. Now, Mike, we've been hearing, and maybe even sometimes we've even said this ourselves, like, what's wrong with kids today? And you know what? When I heard about this event, I'm going to say, for these 30 kids, there's nothing wrong. These 30 kids have got their focus already on what their future might look like. So the Children's Business Fair is, again, it is on Saturday, February 28th. It's going to be at the Gellert Center. It is going to be young entrepreneurs up to the age of 15 that will be setting up a booth-like style inside, because of course it is February, but they're going to be selling their wares. They're going to be learning how to be entrepreneurs. And we're encouraging everybody in Halton Hills, in North Halton, to come up and support these guys. It's going to be, well, the guys and young ladies, they're going to be up to the age of 15. And I'm really encouraged to see that. You know, children, they're developing a brand, they're creating a product, they're creating a service, they build a marketing strategy, and then they open it all up for the customers to come on this one day, so from 1 to 4 p.m. on February 28th. Mike, I will be promoting this on my social media page. I already have that up there. There's already some indications on there. The organizers of this are international, but this is the first time that we've had it in Georgetown. And they believe that principled entrepreneurs, you know, are the role models for the future. So let's get them started young, and you can't do anything better than having them down up to the age of 15. So hats off to these kids. Please come on out and support them on Saturday, February 28th, 1 to 4 p.m. at the Gallard Center.
It's incredible to see young people like this getting involved in business, and it's one of the things that as a parent and looking back at, you know, the school curriculums, there needs to be a focus on entrepreneurship, on building a business. How do you build a business? Financial awareness, and one of these things, these events actually help teach these kids how to make a budget, especially for their business, how to promote and market. There's so many life skills that come out of events like this. It's really, really important for youth to get involved in this, support it as a parent, and it just helps develop the skills that they're going to need going forward. You don't know what the economy is going to be like. You got artificial intelligence, you got all these things that are happening, and people are all worried. What we need is to build a generation of entrepreneurs, people who have that ability to start up a business, to come up with new ideas, and to develop themselves as a business person, and help stimulate the economy, because again, I think it's like 60-70% of our economy is small business, and you start your small business as an entrepreneur. So hats off to these kids and the organizers of the Children's Business Fair in Georgetown. And February 20th, you said, from 1 to 4 at the Gallard Center. Let's get out and support these young entrepreneurs, and as they develop their skills, and help support us in our old age.
Yes. Well, and you know, parents can play a big role in this as well, because I've got a friend in Acton. Their son started a business at 10 years old. Of all things, he lugs big bags of water softener salt. I've become a customer of his, and the kid is great. The mom and dad, they've been teaching him about spreadsheets, profit and loss, learning these things at 10. You're not learning this anywhere else, and it's a great opportunity. Now, does this little guy end up being a businessman? That's going to be his choice down the road. But this is a great way to start it off. So that's the only one I've ever heard of before this event. But hats off to my friends in Acton, and I'll put a shout out to Dwayne and Chantel. You know, just a great job you're doing with your young man, and I encourage other people to do the same thing.